the Man of Steel rankings. What will happen tonight? All the action here at AMT Headingley. It is Leeds against Salford. Round 19. I think we've got a problem with the ball before we kick off, John. That's not a good sign, is it?
A bad omen. Let's hope that's the only flat thing about the Leeds performance tonight, might be the ball. They've done things so well this year. Such an improvement under Brad Arthur defensively. The one question mark remains Brad Arthur's future. Ian Blease on the Bench podcast said it would be announced in July whether he's staying or he's going. And we're all waiting, aren't we? The Leeds players are waiting, the Leeds fans are waiting, the game is waiting to hear about Brad Arthur's future. But a real opportunity for Leeds to just get ball control right.
Let's find out if they can do it then. We're underway, round 19, a big kick. Backpedaling is Ryan, will catch it on the try line. He gets it away to Hill. And we're underway, and Leeds looking to push Hill back, but he rolls over, finds his front, the experienced front row forward. Mellor gets it away. A lot of talk whether Salford would put out a team tonight. The talk of a players' strike, but the players are here. And they've come and they want to try and win this game, and they're moving it with Hankinson far side. We do know about Salford, they've still got plenty of skill in them. They're going to chance their arm at times.
Yeah, nothing to lose almost. Look out for Ollie Russell, Mellor, Shorrocks with ball movement, playing Paul Rowley style, which is width coming out of your half. There's not many teams express themselves in this way. It's often great to watch. They're just so depleted in personnel, aren't they? But what you can say is the players who are there are having a red-hot crack.
Yeah, they are indeed. Last one then. Hill will get to his feet eventually. Ball back to Briley. Under pressure, will float it high. Miller will catch it on the full, 30 out from his own line, and instantly looks to attack. What about the offload? Will hang on to it. He's such a dangerous player, but I think it's fair to say, John, Lockie Miller's game has improved massively, hasn't it, overall?
Yeah, and I think Brad Arthur's instilled patience in the Leeds side. Now, we didn't see that last week against St Helens, often forcing things. Lockie Miller's one of those who needs to be patient. He'll get an opportunity. What a carry here from Ryan Hall. But he'll get an opportunity, but he's just got to be patient enough to wait for it.
Yeah, here's O'Connor. Gets it away to Watkins. Dummies back inside. Watkins half through a gap. Dragged down eventually by Mellor. But ominous signs early on here as a Rhino's on the front foot. Here is Jake Connor. Connor fires a pass to Hanley. Hanley wrapped up by Ethan Ryan. And the tackle made down below. It's 12 out from the line. Last one, Bentley in at dummy half, fires it to Connor, floats the kick across towards Newman. Newman collected it, put it down, and it's dotted down here by Watkins. Now everyone's seen the stop, thinking this ball had gone forward. What does Liam Rush make of it on the field? He says no try. It's going to be handed upstairs to Marcus Griffiths.
It's tackle 5. We have an on-field decision of no try. So we'll first of all pause the ball on the foot. So we'll pause the ball on the foot, and everybody to the right of the kicker is onside. So we'll go in at that point. So it appears that the Leeds player has touched it first. So Leeds player has made possession of the ball and lost it. So now we just need to establish what direction that goes. The ball clearly travels forwards. I have a decision.
Pretty straightforward look then for Marcus Griffiths, and Liam Rush on the field thought it had gone forward, and it did, and I don't think anyone in a blue and amber shirt has got too many complaints about that.
No, it's no try certainly, and a bit of PTSD maybe for the referee, just being cautious there. Just making sure he gets this right early doors. But it's a feature of Leeds' game, hasn't it? Been Jake Connor's kicking game, a number of assists from his kicks and their ability to compete for kicks. Brad Arthur likes his team to go late into sets and get to the kick, and Leeds have benefited from that so many times this year.
Yeah, here's Orman Roy. Did have a couple of years here at Leeds, of course. Been outstanding this year, really has stood up alongside Hill in that front row.
Big fella, isn't he? He's a huge guy. Both him and Hill still mobile and very big through that middle channel.
Yeah. Here's Shorrocks, tackled by Watkins and O'Connor. Salford looking to work the ball inside Leeds territory. Here now the ball fired wide. That went forward from Hankinson. Well, we mentioned they're going to chance their arm. They did it there and they didn't come up with anything. You get the feeling they're going to be punished, but it's that double-edged sword, isn't it? If it comes off, they score points. If it doesn't, they may well concede a few.
Yeah, they're just sweating on Harry Newman being aggressive. So throw the ball across the front of, I think it was Declan Murphy, threw the ball across the front of him, did Ollie Russell. Just trying to catch them out, try and catch Ryan Hall off the end of the line.
Poor Ollie. Doesn't give a lot away, does he? As he looks on, what a tough year it's been for him as coach of this club. Here's O'Connor, gets it away to Palacia. Drives in. O'Connor now gets it to Connor, back for Bentley. Bentley tries to brush off one. Ball looked like it went forward. Play on. Now it's gone backwards. Picked up by O'Connor. Gets it to Watkins. He finds Miller. Miller's thinking about the kick in behind, but offloads it to McDonald. McDonald slicing his way through inside the 20. 4 tries for him. And the Salford Community Stadium in round 7 earlier in the year. Here's Watkins. Watkins, nobody really close enough to pass it to. Still going up towards the line, and eventually brought down 2 out. O'Connor waits. They'll fire the ball across to Brodie Croft. Croft puts the kick in, looking for Newman. It might well bounce to Hall, and he's fluffed his lines there. Catches that, he scores. Ryan Hall's dropped it. Salford survive.
Yeah, they create some space out on that right edge. Just Brodie Croft meandering, looking for Ryan Hall. And they've just drawn Salford up and in. They kick behind. Really, Ryan Hall should be taking that. It's a mistake from Leeds, and I think we've just seen a few of the warning signs which I've seen from Leeds. The only question mark I have about this Leeds Rhinos team is their ability to just retain possession and just wait for opportunities. Now, tonight is a massive test for them because they're going to be presented with opportunities. Now, just having the discipline to wait for the right one, to take the right one, might be the play, but it's a great kick from Brodie Croft. Ryan Hall should take it.
Yeah, chance goes begging. Salford gratefully bring the ball off their own 10.
Whoa, moving square, Jake.
There's an air of expectancy around Headingley. They're awaiting the points, but they might have to be patient tonight. Salford put up a good show against Warrington, then they beat Castleford last week. Here they go forward now over the 30.
Move, Cooper, leave the ball. Back, wait.
Ball fires into Briley, gets it away now to Shorrock. Shorrock sees the options outside him closed up and hangs on.
4, Jared straight out. Fanny Keenan, wait.
It's quite a strange atmosphere, isn't it? Everyone expects Salford have only won 2 games, but here they go, a chance. Ormonroyd almost through the line.
It's those 2 guys that I said were exceptional against Castleford, combining Hill's short ball to Ormonroyd. Short passes through the middle of the field is an age-old tactic.
Is Edgell, brings it back, but just that, there's a everyone thinks Salford have just come here to get beat. That's not the case. They're going to make life hard. They're going to make Leeds work, and you keep using that word patient. They've got to be patient, haven't they?
Yeah, but they're just not. They're almost playing with no fear as well, Leeds. Look, I think this year is about fostering a big game mentality, about getting ready to play in playoff rugby. You know, Brad Arthur will be looking for a tough, hard-nosed performance, and really just take the energy away from Salford here in the opening exchanges. Don't give them easy ball. Put them in hard positions. Kick chase well.
Here's Connor. Connor, short pass. I was going to say a good arm across the chest, but it might have been a bit higher than that from Briley, and Miller falls to the ground, and that'll be a penalty. And another attacking opportunity for Leeds.
Yeah, we see the genius of Jake Connor. Most players, when they get the ball, they speed up, Mark. Jake Connor just drifts, slows. He almost slows down once he gets possession, draws defenders into unusual positions. It's Ryan Briley just catches Lockie Miller high, but the tempo of Jake Connor is what I've loved this year.
Here he is now, gets it away to Croft. Croft trying to get round his man, but Miller raced out of the line to collect him. Ball now with Jared O'Connor, gets it away. Palacia drives his way forward. Jared O'Connor waits, gets it away. Here's Brodie Croft again. Short pass, McDonald, he's lost it. And Salford get it back here. Look, this game, Leeds don't have to go out and win it now, John, but like you say, if they're patient and they grind Salford down, they may get the rewards of that later in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. They don't need to score points early. They don't need to force things early. They just need to keep repeatedly putting Salford in poor positions. Now, giving Salford possession 20 yards out is just a gift for them. It allows them easy now to drift over the 40-metre line. Dan Russell with a strong carry. Just gives Salford a chance, doesn't it?
It does. Centre field, they have it. Not the quickest play of the ball. Here goes Shorrocks again. Short pass to Hill. Still over halfway. Mella looks left, gets it away now to Russell, attacks the back of the ruck area, last one. Salford can get a good kick away here. Ball to Briley, under pressure, goes back down the short side. Plenty of height on it, all underneath it, and he's going to be engulfed by 3 or 4 red shirts. Not the worst set in the world from Salford.
Not tidy. I'm loving the combinations through the middle of the field. Ormonroyd, Hill, Shorrocks, just challenging this middle unit. The challenge that Leeds have got is obviously with Aletsky being injured, Holroyd having an injury and surgery. There's going to have middles who are going to have to play longer minutes.
Well, here's a chance to get on the outside. Here's Ash Hanley, cuts in. Ryan stops him initially. Ball offloaded. Was there a tackle off the ball there on Bentley? Well, there's no real complaint there, but they offload a loose one.
It's just not what you need to do. It's not what Leeds need to do. They're far too good to just gift Salford possession. And Salford will just be licking the lips here. They've not really had to work for it. They've put a couple of good sets together, but now they get a crack at Leeds in good ball.
Well, they're 20 away here. Salford. Mella finds Ollie Russell. Here's Ormonroyd again. Through one. Can't quite get past the fullback. Well, they're breaking this Leeds line here a little bit too easily. Here's Mella. Puts the brakes on. Goes again. Can't get the pass away. Last one. We've got numbers either side of the ruck. They're going to go left here. Here's Ollie Russell. Rolls the kick in. It's not the worst kick. It's collected by Salford, but Leeds have the presence of mind to get around the ball. Hall and Miller stop Salford opening the scoring.
Yeah, it's a great kick from Russell. He had a fantastic debut last week. Paul Rowley knows he's been struggling for game time at Wakefield. Offered him his services and he produced a great performance. That's just a great pressure-building kick. Ryan Hall read it ever so well.
Well, that's 2 sets that Salford have gone back-to-back. They've left Leeds with it inside their own 10. It's they who are building the pressure. They're playing the long game at the moment. Connor waits. Tackle is made. 20 out from the line. Hill involved again. This was Foster. Hands on the edge. Get it to Hanley. Just looks like Leeds are in a rush, doesn't it? Everything they do seems to be in a rush at the minute.
Yeah, they just need to find the groove. Just get to a kick. Get into some rhythm. Get into the grind.
Here is Connor under pressure. Arrows the kick low, downfield. Bit of a mistouch there from Declan Murphy. He'll pick it up on his own 10. Former rugby union player. Brings it forward and he's tackled 25 out.
Yeah, he showed some really nice touches last week. He's quick, he's got great footwork. Obviously just slight misjudgment on that bounce, but he's certainly going to have something to offer. The challenge for him at fullback is learning the nuances of the defensive side of the game, but he's going to get tested in that regard.
Yeah, it certainly is. Well, it's an opportunity, isn't it?
He's exciting. You know, you like to watch free-running, fast players, and he's one of them.
He is. There you go, Salford again up to halfway. Couple of tackles left in this set. Ball now works its way to Shorrocks, finds Hill. Hill wrapped up by 3 blue shirts, put to the ground last one. Riley waits at first receiver. Oh, now this is a problem for Chris Hill. Doesn't often stay down. And he's struggling to get to his feet here. We know he's been playing busted for a number of weeks, but looks maybe like he's got a bit of a twist or a turn here or something.
He was heroic last week. He was just sensational against Castleford. Such a big performance from him. You know, he's crucial. And, you know, when there was talk of senior players not playing, you know, one that was guaranteed Paul Rowley needed on the team sheet is this man, Chris Hill. Just seeing him stood in a tackle. Question is, has Bentley's just gone low? Don't like to see them. We saw Edwin Apape against Hull KR just go a bit too low. We saw a couple again from Lee against St Helens. You just got to be really careful when you're putting pressure on the lower leg.
Well, Chris Hill has been green carded here.
Anyone can play.
I know the rules are the rules, but
Wait there.
he's doing well at a time waste from there, isn't he?
Yeah. Just put in an awkward position. I'm sure Chris Hill will be fine. And wow, does Salford need him?
Yeah.
They need his experience. his strength through the middle of the field. And if there's one weakness of Leeds at the minute, it's that Sam Lasoni's going to have to play minutes. Palacier's going to have to play more minutes. They've got a young front rower, Presley Cassell, on the bench. So that might, if there's only a weakness, that might be it.
Well, we'll find out in due course as Miller collects on his line, fires it to Edgell. Edgell met by Foster, and the chase is a good one. Salford are doing the basics better than Leeds at the minute, and it's showing where the game's been played.
2, move jump that leg, get square, back, wait, hold.
Bentley hit hard. Manages to find another couple of metres.
Get square, wait, hold.
Here now Palacier gets it to Croft, moves it wide to Miller. He finds Hall. Hall well met and tackled. 30 off the Leeds line. Here's Newman, fancies a run, pops the pass up, taken into contact and over the 40. Croft waits for the ball, gets it and hoists it downfield. And across comes the fullback, catches it on the full. And he'll bring it back across field, and Salford get it back. But look, 13 minutes in, Salford more than giving as good as they're getting at the moment.
Yeah, it's been an exceptional start for Salford. Paul Rowley just had one session on the field with his team this week. It's been all about recovery following that win against Castleford. So not had an awful lot of time to prep and practice to play against Leeds Rhinos, but there's some simple things that you can do well. Run with purpose, play the ball quickly, kick and chase aggressively. And in that regard, they've dominated this game because Leeds just haven't had the discipline really to do that. But a mistake here.
What a shot that was from Bentley. He saw that one coming, didn't he?
Read it. He absolutely read it. There's nothing better than a back rower when you can see somebody punching a line on your inside and you can just jam him without him having to. He can't see you coming. It's a great shot, great timing from Bentley, forcing the error. The first bit of defensive intent there from Leeds, and it's a man who often shows it, isn't it? He competes so hard, does James Bentley.
Yeah, he does. I think he's another one who's benefited from the presence of Brad Arthur. There's Chris Hill back into the action, so we're 13 against 13 again here.
Head in, Jared.
But Leeds have got a chance here from inside the Salford half. Here's Brodie Croft, holds a pass back for Miller. Miller sees the touchline closing in and takes the tackle. He thought about offloading, but on tackle one, he decides to keep hold of it. Here's Croft, finds Watkins, who's rushed and hit. Good tackle there, comes in from Miller. And here now is Croft again. Not the best pass. Ethan Ryan might get this, and Ethan Ryan's after it, and Ethan Ryan now needs a bounce. He's a red-hot favourite to get there. He didn't get the bounce. He'll get the ball back, but had that set up, Ethan Ryan would have gone 70 metres to score. Now they need to move it left and move it quickly, but it's a slow play of the ball, and Leeds rush out and stop the danger there, but that's a big chance. Ryan just didn't get the bounce he needed, otherwise he was away and gone. They might yet be in on the far side here, but again Leeds attack clunky.
Yeah, just a bit disjointed, and like you said, they're in too much of a rush to move the ball. Have some hard-nosed carries, get to a kick and opportunities. Salford will tire, but they've got a great chance here, Mark.
They have, and here's Miller going for the line, and somehow Leeds stop him. Watkins stops his old teammate a metre short of the line. They're swinging it here. Russell had to stoop, kicks it out wide. Hall should collect it in goal. He does. It's a 7-tackle restart, and you can't help but feel Salford have bombed a big opportunity there.
Yeah, Leeds just sloppy with the ball, and Ryan had a huge opportunity. It's a poor pass from Brodie Croft. It's a poor kick to end the set. And now Leeds sometimes takes you in these games where there's an assumption that you'll win 15-20 minutes to understand. You know, Brad Arthur ideally would have wanted his team to come out with blocks firing, but maybe they'll just get it going.
Well, look, they met in round 7, 28 points to nothing. It was 6-0 at half-time on that occasion to Brad Arthur's side, and well, early indications we might be in for a similar night here. Palacier, that's a better run. Tackle made. Here's O'Connor. Gets it away, finds Brodie Croft. Bit of a step now, looking for gaps. Going through the middle, still going Brodie Croft. Turns it back to O'Connor. Finds Jake Connor. Connor's tackled. Ethan Ryan lined him up and got the tackle. They're going short side here with Bentley. Bentley to Ash Hanley. Hanley cuts back in, slides off one, rolls a kick through, looking for Croft. regathered by the fullback. What a take that is.
Declan Murphy. Take a bow. That is some take at full speed. It's an accurate kick and it's exceptional skill, great dexterity to just get down and sweep on that ball. What a big play from the young fullback.
Yeah. But also not the worst place for Leeds to turn it over, and a chance now to build some pressure through their defence as the ball now works its way up to the 20. Salford working here with Shorrocks, gets it away now to Briley, finds Foster. Put to ground, they've only gone forward 20 metres here. So they're going to need a decent kick. Pressure on Briley to find that kick. It's an awful looking kick. They're all offside inside. So Miller will pick it up on the bounce, and Leeds will start over halfway here. They thought about the pass, it was on, but Miller hangs on. But that's a big advantage and a big win for Leeds defence.
Yeah, as we said, just kick the ball, put Salford in bad positions and then defend aggressively off the back of it, and the net result is you get an opportunity with the ball at the right part of the field, and this is where Leeds can attack, Mark. This is where they should be looking to put players on.
Here now is Watkins, flicks the ball away. Jenkins back to Watkins, beautiful hands. Here's McDonnell, finds Newman, wide to Hall. Hall puts the burners on, dumps it back here. McDonnell, he's tackled 10 away. Best we've seen from Leeds. They're inside the 10. Ball now back to Croft. Croft fires it across to Connor. Connor finds Miller. They've created numbers here. Here's Hanley, flick pass, beautiful pass. And in goal Leeds. Alfie Edgell scores. Best move of the match from the Rhinos. And it comes up with a first try. Beautiful Hanley pass. And Edgell does the business.
Well, that's where you play. That's where you shape up. That's where you move the ball laterally. And it's took 21 minutes. 20 minutes of this game for Leeds to just cotton on that they just need to get the ball into the right parts of the field before they play. Ryan Hall offloading, it's been a feature for Leeds' game actually, top of the offload charts. And then it's the crispness of the ball movement, and it's all about the Hanley offload. It's just gorgeous. Drifts, flicks. It's a great finish from Edgell, but it's all about the Ash Hanley flick. Wow, so good. Such a natural, instinctive centre play. Just catch the ball, move on the pass, get the winger engaged, flick, and puts Edgell into space. It's really tidy from Ash Hanley.
Yeah, obviously the loss of Makasivo before the season kicked off seemed to be a blow, but we've seen Riley Lum come in. He's been scoring tries, and now Alfie Edgell is grabbing his opportunity as well. We've got some talent in the outside backs at Leeds.
Yeah, real competition, isn't there? You know, Sivo will be back next year. And there is some competition. Riley Lum probably unlucky not to be in the team. He's left out, and Edgell's really taking his chance. And his combination with Ash Hanley there is exquisite. It's such great instinctive centre play from Hanley, who's obviously naturally a winger.
Connor then, tough one to start off with. That's the angle he's got. This to add another 2. He's just curled it past the near post, and it remains 4 points to 0, but Leeds finally on the board.
Yeah, that's exactly where Leeds need to play this game. They need to camp down at Salford's end and then start to move the ball. You could watch Ash, get the popcorn out and watch this flick. Beautiful, beautiful from Ash Hanley. And that's the first piece of crisp execution we've seen from Brad Arthur's team. It's took 20 minutes, and like I said, sometimes you just need to get into the rhythm of this game, and credit to Salford, they've really brought it in this opening 20 minutes. They've been exceptional.
Stay on, Ryan.
Restart from Hankinson then. Swirls toward, this is a good kick-off. Oh, they got a bounce Leeds there. That could have gone anywhere. Here's Jenkins, will bring it forward. He's well met and pushed back inside the 10.
Moving square.
Physically, Salford have been really good in that department, haven't they? They've put numbers into tackles. They've really dealt with the middle unit of Leeds quite well. Leeds just got to be humble enough to take that like this through Watkins, be direct, get your nose down and get some speed into this game.
Yeah, here's O'Connor, gets it away to Palacia. He's up to the 30. Again, 3 red shirts in at the tackle. O'Connor finds Connor, gets it away to Croft. Again, the blue shirts in motion, miss out pass. Here's Hall. Hall needs some support on the inside, gets it away to Newman. Newman's got support. He's overrun it. He could have kicked. He didn't. He held on. He turns it back to McDonald. He gets it away to O'Connor. They've got numbers here. Jake Connor, ball over the top. Edgell in for a double. He is brilliant again. This time they break down the right. Newman to Hall. Hall waiting for the support to arrive, and the ball over the top finds Edgell. Edgell at the double, Leeds at the double, lead 8-0.
Yeah, again, timing and tempo. Second try of the year for Alfie Edgell. This left edge benefiting from the break that was made on the right-hand side. Jake Connor, lovely and square. And it's a gorgeous pass from Brodie Croft. I like about this is Harry Newman, once he gets the ball back, there's no rush, there's patience to it. Could have passed that, could have kicked it, doesn't. And he just waits to find a better opportunity. And then from here on in, it's all about Jake Connor. He knows he's throwing that here on the money. Edgell with a tidy finish in the corner. Connor, as soon as he gets this in his hands, he knows he's throwing that over the top. He's watching and scanning that defensive line so well. And it's executed perfectly. But I just love the patience from Harry Newman. Once he got the ball back off Ryan Hall on that right-hand side, there was a kick on, he could have passed, he could have forced the pass, he didn't. He just waited for a better opportunity. That's much better from the Rhinos.
Another tough one for Jake Connor. But he'll welcome the opportunities that are coming his way. But 2 tries in a couple of minutes from Leeds. This is another tough one. Can he learn from the last one? Here is the kick, and this time straight down the middle. They say good kickers don't often miss from the same spot twice. He learned his lesson.
Yeah, it's a tidy kick. And with Salford on this right edge, they've got Dan Russell, who's a back row. Usually, they may well have to kick off this sideline a few more times. We said about the break on the right-hand side, about the patience of Harry Newman and the crispness of skill. It's McDonald to O'Connor, to Connor, and then Jake Connor's just an expert at teasing outside defences. Edgell with the finish, but it's all about the crispness of the pass, the catch on the inside of that. It was tidy from Leeds.
Well taken by Edgell, gets it away to Palacia. He comes forward, big collision on the 20-metre line. Cameron Smith into the action for the Rhinos. Here's Bentley. Well, that should calm any Leeds nerves. As here goes Cameron Smith. Runs at Shorrocks. Good carry as well up to the 40. Here's Croft involved in that last move. Turns it back to Newman. Newman, little stutter step up to halfway. Looks to play it quickly. Now the ball will be played here, and Leeds have it over halfway.
Yeah, we've got Cam Smith and Callum Watkins on the field here. So Callum Watkins essentially playing as a front rower. Having those two who were so mobile through the middle of the field might be a tactic that Brad Arthur's looking for further down the track.
That is a high one, a tester, but it's well taken again by Nick Murphy at the back. Under pressure there, but he hung on nicely. Salford have just had to weather that barrage of points. Points elsewhere as well in the Super League tonight. Huddersfield took an early lead, but Wakefield have hit back with 3 tries of their own. Here comes Salford looking to hit back with tries of their own. 16-4 Wakefield lead. It's on Sky Sports Plus tonight. Here comes Briley, here now, centre field, looking to get the ball away. Ball taken into contact, and a tackle is made. Russell wrapped up, 30 out from the line. Short pass Shorrocks, that could have been forward. That's a good offload though, and here's Briley. Briley's going to chip over the top of Mill. If he gets a bounce, he's in. He did get a bounce, and he's in. Briley, did he ground it? Looked like he did at first glance. Leeds switched off, and Ryan Briley, the chip and chase is over. Oh, referee says he didn't get it down. Let's find out. Marcus Griffiths will confirm.
So it's tackle 4. We have an on-field decision of no try. It comes from a kick, so we will pause it on the foot. He is the only player chasing the ball, so we can carry on going. So question is, does he ground this ball before it goes dead in goal? So we'll have to look at the corner angles, which will be the best here. So the question is the ball down before it hits the touching, the dead ball line? So the question is, does he ground this ball? So nice and slow, nice and slow. So the fingers touch the ball. And can we go to the other corner, please? So we'll keep going on here. So the hand is on the ball. And one more. And the ball is down. So the way the ball has gone down, the pin of the ball has to have touched the ground before it hits the line. Thank you, I have a decision.
Well, Ryan Briley took a gamble. He chipped over the top and he got the ball and he grounded it just in the field of play. It looked to the naked eye, Johnny got it down. Credit to him as well. Bit of off-the-cusp brilliance from Briley, and Salford have a try.
Yeah, and I love the way you've ripped off a piece of Eddie Ware in commentary. If it bounces right, he's in, and it bounces right, and he's in. Don't you worry. 101 greatest rugby league tries, and the kick was my childhood, and it did bounce right for him. I'll tell you what, that's an exceptional piece of instinctive play. I said he might be the one to create opportunities, and wow, he just gets it down. You know, credit the call, actually, from Rush on the field. Liam Rush. He was setting it up, no try. That's forgivable, isn't it? You know, that it's not an obvious grounding of the ball, but great decision by the video referee, Marcus Griffiths there.
Yeah, and it is a kick from Hankinson. And it is points for Salford. They are back within 4. Paul Rowley will be delighted with that. They've made a couple of breaks, haven't quite been able to finish them off, but that was a bit of brilliance from Briley.
Well, if you take hope about Salford's performance, it's how effective their left edge has been. And then Salford through the middle of the field, Briley, chip, chase, regather. He does so well to ground that. It's an incredible finish from him. But Salford in certain elements have just been... They've probably been better than Leeds in many departments here, but Leeds just have that skill and execution. And if they get that right, they've got so many points in the mirror, haven't they?
You can still see that DNA. It might have been watered down a bit in terms of the personnel, but they still want to play, don't they?
This is where Brad Arthur will want a real hard-nosed approach to defence. So he's used to Aledski leading the line. He's used to Holroyd playing long minutes, getting off the line and restricting metres. It's been such an improvement. Salford have probably found it a bit too easy with ball movement like this to just make yards down the field.
Yeah, there goes the fullback again, Murphy. Well, he might have only played, what, 80 minutes of rugby, whatever, maybe not even that. There'll be people looking at him and seeing the ability he's got. It's clear to see. Last one for Salford on halfway. Kick from Russell, arrowed across field, bounces over Miller. Now we'll be hoping this roll's dead, and it will. Unfortunate that for Salford. 7 tackle restart for Leeds.
Good set from Salford though. You know, they started on their own line, kicked the ball on the halfway line. Against this Leeds side, there's not many teams doing that. There's not many teams have rolled Leeds Rhinos this year through the middle of the field. It's been Brad Arthur's mantra, is to just really dictate games to teams. So great set there from Salford.
Yeah, big day tomorrow. Wigan Hull, Catalans Hull, Kingston Rovers. Then we've got Castleford and Warrington on Sunday. Sky Sports Plus if you want to get involved with that. The ball with Watkins up the middle. Don't forget as well the Bench podcast available every Monday. Jenna and John with that one, always worth a listen. Josh Charnley, your latest guess, wasn't
Yeah, James Roby out on Monday. Fascinating.
Here is Miller, turns it back to Connor. Connor pokes his head through. The offload was on, and then he dropped it. And here they go again. They're looking to counter here, Salford. You've got to admire the way this team play. Look at this for a run. Wow, he's still going.
I love this kid. I love this kid. I saw him last week, and he's just running around like he has no idea what he's doing, but he does it with such pace and enthusiasm. He's got a lightning turn of pace and just a beautiful step. Exceptional run from Murphy.
He's clearly got plenty of skill, hasn't he? Plenty of talent and plenty of pace. Here come Salford again. Might be about to level up this match. Well, Leeds got those 2 tries in 2 minutes through Edghill, and you thought maybe the floodgates would open, but far from it. Here now goes Russell. Kick over the top for Briley. This time he doesn't get the bounce. It favours Leeds. And they get it back, but they're right on their own line.
Yeah, this is the cycle that Leeds just haven't been used to. So Leeds had Salford camped on the line. Leeds have been exceptional at just restricting meters and winning that possession and field position battle. Salford have just rolled them down the field, got them into a really bad position, and credit to Salford, playing with some movement, really challenging Leeds to be good defensively. I think Brad Arthur will be disappointed about his side's intent with how they've defended.
Yeah.
It's been a little bit too easy for Salford.
Yeah.
4, move down, back, wait.
You think that big hit from Bentley that led to the pressure on the line, that led to the opening try. They've not had anything like that since. Here is Bentley, last one. Oh, incorrect play of the ball, says the referee.
Tough one. It's a tough one. He's claiming Bentley didn't get to his feet. Dan Russell's all over his legs, to be fair. But Bentley just rolls it. No attempt to strike the ball with his foot. So there's a penalty. He was under some attention from Dan Russell. They've not challenged. What about Declan Murphy? What about him? I knew when I saw him last week he'd be an exciting player to just sit back and watch. And it's almost the perfect game for him, isn't it? The space through the middle of the field. Leeds are making a couple of errors. It's just exciting seeing a young kid go out there and just express himself with no structure. There's no structure about him.
There's no fear about him either. Here is Mellor, gets it away to Russell. Short pass, taken into contact here. Salford back in the 20 again. They're on a roll. Here they go now, straight up the guts. Chan it is, looking to fight and find an offload. 5 away from the line. Oh, is he hurt? He's hurt. He's hurt his knee. He's going to try and get up and play it, but he looks in a bit of trouble here. Jackie Chan.
Yeah, he's not in a good way. Not in a good way. Probably have a look at this, because there's been a couple, hasn't there? The question is, you know, where's the contact? Is it below the knee? Is it dangerous? I don't think it is. But they'll just have a look at it at the match review. That's what they're there for, to have a look at these incidents. Chan, I think, would be fine to carry on. It's both him and Hill have had those challenges below knee height. We just have to be careful as a game wide. I think they're dangerous, aren't they? So we're all looking to make solid contacts as a third man into a challenge.
As John said, they'll have a look at that during the week. Paul Rowley looks on. His side are 5 metres away from levelling up the game here. Here's Shorrock, short pass, lovely sidestep there. And that's Wilson, who got a try last week against Castleford. The ball now works its way to Russell. Out the back they go. There's a slip, there's a chance for Ryan, but he's ducked in a touch. The door opened briefly, but Ryan couldn't slide through it. Leeds keep him out.
Yeah, Dan Russell, as I said, in an unfamiliar position, playing at right centre here. Once he gets the ball in his hands, we saw the contrast to Ash Hanley, how comfortable that felt, that flick pass. It's a great inside piece of pressure from Jake Connor. Now, Brad Arthur measures Jake Connor's contribution in those efforts more than we talk about tries, try assists. I'm telling you now, Brad Arthur demands that from Jake Connor. Hunt from the inside, real effort, and it's a try saver, isn't it?
Yeah. I was going to say to you when we mentioned that the young fella Harvey Wilson, he scored a try, but what goes unnoticed is the try saver before the try that he produced, didn't he, to stop Castleford going to and from.
Yeah, when you're playing in games like this, when you're reviewing games like this, they're the moments you look at as a player.
Well, Leeds have got 8 minutes to go to the break to extend their lead, but you'd have to say at the moment, the side's looking most likely to score. It's those in red and black. Here is Croft, but Leeds, we know, can strike from anywhere. Here's Miller. They're going to have to take the tackle, I think. There's a bit of an obstruction potentially there. Last one. Croft will get it now. He will send it towards the fullback. Not going to meet it on the bounce. Gets an awkward bounce, but thankful for him, the second one was kinder. And he'll bring it back into a wall of blue and amber. Sam Lasoni's on. As Leeds look to just up the intensity. It's been mentioned right at the start. That flat ball, was it a sign of things to come? And maybe for Leeds it has been.
Well, just think of how physical and how much effort was involved in their St Helens performance. You know, although Leeds' execution wasn't great, their effort and their physicality was massive. Huge amount of energy put down that day. But if you're a champion team, and Leeds are up there, aren't they? One of our best teams. They have to back that up. And this is a great opportunity for people like Sam Lasoni to play minutes. But Salford just rolling them. It's quite easy for Salford here.
Yeah, Mellor thought he got a penalty there, but O'Connor was good from dummy half. The kick across field. Edgell and Miller are back. Miller will catch it on the full. He'll bring it forward now. And looking to launch a counter, but good tackle there from Foster.
It's a big tackle, isn't it?
Leeds are getting frustrated with the pace of the play of the ball at the moment.
Salford have just consistently put that picture out. 3 people in a tackle, dual contact, third man low. It's an offload here from Hall.
That helps. Oh, what's happened here? Referee's given a penalty. What's happened here?
Jared starts ahead of the play of the ball and takes possession of the ball. He's downtown.
Jared O'Connor in front of the play of the ball.
Yeah.
So he's essentially downtown, isn't he? He's offside. It's a great offload from Ryan Hall. But as I was saying about Salford, just putting numbers into the tackle. Jared O'Connor just drifting back on side here. He then takes the pass from Ryan Hall. That renders him offside.
It's a great spot from the official, isn't it? He's got enough to keep his eye on without.
Such a good spot. Yeah. I mean, it's easy for us retrospectively 4 angles later to go, that's what, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Great call.
One of the bright young officials, Liam Rush, doing a good job as well. Here now is Briley, gets it away. Russell, short pass, determined carry, the 10 away. Leeds defence being tested here. Hey, what, Salford, and they're going to get another set here. Here's Hill. They fancy this, Salford. They do. They're right up against the whitewash. Joe Mellor. Short pass. Shorrocks is over the line. Can he ground it? No, he's held up. Brilliant defence. Lasoni it was who was under him.
I think Salford have been devastatingly good when they've just played direct, inside shoulders, through the middle channel, and that's really helped Leeds to account. It makes it difficult as a middle defender to go and help your edge defenders if Salford have been so good there.
Yeah, they have indeed. Does help having Mellor back though, doesn't it, for Salford? So calm around that ruck area. Here's Shorrocks, gets it away to Chan. Good one-on-one tackle initially, and then a couple of blue and amber shirts come flooding in to stop the Salford attack, but only now. They get another couple of tackles, bit of a juggle there, and a little rubber kick through. There's a bit arrested off the ball there. It's picked up by Newman, and Newman fancies a run, but Shorrocks stops him in his tracks, 15 off the line.
Yeah, we spoke about Declan Murphy, no structure, no plan. Maybe that's the opportunity for him to fall into some shape. Just trying to kick, and then Salford double up the poor kick with offside, and that's 4 minutes to go here to half-time. That could be crucial, couldn't it? Because they've been in such a good position here.
Well, we just missed out on a Lockie Miller trademark steal of 20 metres there. It all came back from the kick. Look, I guess if we're going to admire his naivety in attack, you've got to accept that he's going to make, not error or a poor judgment, but he didn't quite come off for him, did he?
Nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. Go for it.
There's Lasoni then, looking to dent this Salford defence. Score update. Oh, look at that. Huddersfield were in front there, and Wakefield are absolutely putting the cleaners through Huddersfield. That's on Sky Sports Plus, 30 points to 4.
That's a statement, isn't it, from Darryl Powell?
Well, we watched them at Hull last week, and it looked like in the second half they wouldn't have scored if Hull had gone home at one point. Set restart. Well, tonight they've come out firing. Here's Croft. Got the ball through from Miller. Oh, he's dropped it on tackle one. He's dropped it on tackle one. And Leeds will be frustrated here. A big chance goes begging for the Rhinos.
Well, they're just trying to hide Lockie Miller's run. So fullbacks, Brad Arthur would often send Lockie Miller on the outside. Well, he tries to come through the middle. There's a lot of traffic there. It's a great scrambling tackle from Joe Mellor. You're right, his effort and intensity through the middle of the field's massive for Salford and his experience. Lockie Miller just coming up with the error, but Leeds maybe just trying to be too cute. Look, he's been exceptional this year, hasn't he? Lockie Miller, meters made, tackle breaks. You know, he's so high up in all those statistical measures that we look at. Paul Rowley would be delighted, won't he, with that opening 37 minutes. His side have really backed up what was a great performance against Castleford with a really strong first 40 here.
Part of him must think, what if? You know, if we still had that team. They haven't got it now. He's just got to turn up and deal with it week after week. But there's still signs in this side. They haven't given in. Despite everything that's been thrown at them off the field, they're still having a dig.
And there's lots of players who've got their opportunity here at Salford, haven't they? Chan, who's carrying the ball here, he's got an opportunity to get some game time. Ollie Russell, you know, players like this have really found Salford as a home to get game time. So it's been a success for many players.
Yes. I think that's one thing that Paul has taken out of it, that the players that have come up on loan, they've come up and they've really put their shoulder to the cause, haven't they? And here they go now, and here's the break, and he's got floods of support outside him. Declan Murphy's going to go it alone. He's going to stand up Miller and beat him. What a try from Declan Murphy. Outstanding. They are going to check it, but he has just burned off one of the quickest fullbacks in Super League to score. But it's no try on field. Oh, wow. Let's have a look back at this one. An obstruction in the build-up.
It's tackle 4. We have an on-field decision of no try. We're checking for obstruction. So Hill is the lead runner at this point. Hill either needs to pull up short of the defensive line or get through it. Let's see what he does next. So he stops in the defensive line on the outside shoulder of the Leeds defender. The Salford player then uses the gap adjacent to gain an advantage. I have a decision.
Yeah, when you see it like that, it does look pretty clear, and it chokes off what was a great bit of skill. Oh. Murphy with the pace, and what about the finish?
Oh, it's so good. It was sublime. It was everything that we've been waxing lyrical that he's done so well. No try for the obstruction. I have a difficulty with obstruction because as a back rower, if you start tight in the middle of the field, you inevitably get contacted by another player. Lee do it. Lachlan Lamb stands tight and he gets contacted by a back rower. It's obstruction, but wow, what a finish!
Lockie Miller didn't know it was an obstruction, did he?
I love that he's not bothered. He's like Lockie Miller. He probably doesn't know who Lockie Miller is. He's like, yeah, I'll just run round him. So good.
Well, this could be a big 60 seconds because Salford could potentially be in front. They could end up the half 2 scores behind. This is a big passage of play here for Leeds. Can they make Salford pay? It'd be harsh on Salford. Got maybe 3 or 4 tackles left. They're going straight up the middle with Smith. Gets it away, Lissoni. Can he find an offload? No, he can't. Set restart. That's really no good for Leeds at this point because it's time that's against them, not the tackle count. They might get one more. This might have to be it. Here's Croft, finds Smith, who finds Connor, rolls the kick in behind, Hanley's after it, but it's picked up by Dan Russell. He'll run it dead, and Salford survive at half-time. What a great first 40 minutes we've seen. It took Leeds 18 minutes on their account. Edghill got the first of a double, the second a wonderful team move. But Ryan Brightly's chip and chase got Salford back in it. John Wilkin, we have got a game on our hands.
Yeah, I think Salford have been physically at the races. They've been exceptional and really took the game to Leeds. Leeds have showed glimpses of real quality, haven't they? If they can address the physicality, get the defence right, Leeds are by far the better team here. But I've loved the endeavour.
You would think so. Leeds lead narrowly here. That man, one of the stars of the first half in Declan Murphy. Almost had a wonder try, but it was chalked off. 4-point ball game here at Headingley. Leeds will go fourth with a win. Salford will join Huddersfield, who surely aren't going to turn around their half-time deficit on 3 wins if the Red Devils can get the spoils here. And you have to say, John, you won't bet against it now, would you?
No, and it's all about Leeds. I said it before the game, ball control. Those 5 errors in the first half just gave Salford energy. Let's get into it.
Here's Lasoni then. Big carry. Hill prepared to meet fire with fire, makes the tackle. Here's O'Connor. Tackle made just inside the Leeds 30. Here's Bentley. Leeds are going to be doing it tough. We mentioned that Tom Holroyd has had an operation on his scaphoid, out for 6 weeks. And Nikolai Alescu, that horror facial injury last week, out for at least 2 months. They're going to be missing 2 of their big guns.
Yeah, 2 plates in his face. And yeah, look, his work rate and Holroyd's work rate will be missed, won't it, by Leeds? But it's an opportunity now.
It is. Here's Miller trying to create an opportunity of his own. Over halfway over the 40, brought down. O'Connor finds Jake Connor, advances forward, floats a kick. They're going to invite the fullback into traffic, comes up with it, beats Croft to it and comes up with the ball again.
Tidy from Declan Murphy. It's a good set from Leeds, finishing in a great position. And this is where I think I'd be demanding of more physicality from Leeds, more line speed, more aggression, really try and stifle Salford. Say this though, Salford really frustrated Leeds with moving the ball. It's hard to get organised defensive pressure against a side that are so willing to move the ball.
Yeah, they made a couple of breaks, didn't they, in that first half. Hankinson carries. Mellor in at dummy half. Plotting, sends Shorrocks into a gap. Shorrocks sidesteps Watkins, still going Shorrocks, just couldn't get the pass away. With the arm was there, waiting. Once again, it's Salford who are showing their skill. High kick from Briley. Miller, all the time in the world to collect. Runs forward, sidesteps one. Ooh, if he'd have got the pass away there was danger.
Big tackle from Dan Russell, wasn't it?
It was. Leeds looking to strike from deep. Here is Miller trying to get his hands on it a little bit more here. Plays the ball now to O'Connor, finds Jake Connor, drops it back for Watkins. Watkins over the halfway line. 2 tackles left in the set for Leeds. Ball with Connor, did well to stoop and collect it, finds Croft. Here's McDonald. McDonald bumps off one. Fighting to get the arm free, wrapped up. 5th tackle, short side play for Brodie Croft. Not much room to work in. Dribbles a kick down the sideline, collected and brought forward. But Leeds defensively here, trying to get the fullback into touch, but his teammates did well to help him out there.
Yeah, it's a good position to finish your set. It's probably a manufactured kick from Brodie Croft, really. Usually see him put it in the air and be able to get under it and challenge him. Nonetheless, 12 yards out from the line now, Salford. The question for me is whether Salford can go the distance here, whether they'll run out of gas. Such a big performance, only 1 training session this week, short turnaround. It's going to be a big challenge for them.
Yeah. As Hill carries forward. Mellor gets it away. Actually, Leeds are going to be on the road for pretty much the remainder of the season. The next 3 are away from home. They've got Hulkinson Rovers at home. There's a kick over the top, is collected. There you go, Wakefield away next, then Lee, 2 toughies, Castleford away, and then they've got Hull KR and Hull. Tough little run coming up for Leeds.
Yeah, round 23, round 24. You know, those 2 games, the Hull games will be crucial, won't they, for where these Leeds want to finish up. I think Leeds have been a stunning success this year. I've just loved watching them evolve under Brad Arthur and Jamie Langley, the coaching staff. I think they've done a sensational job. Now's not the time to lose those habits that stood Sawyer so well.
Here's Croft, broke half through, finds Jared O'Connor. O'Connor, oh, he wanted to give it to Miller, he didn't. It's not quite clicking at the moment for Brad Arthur's side, but signs that they're going to get opportunities. Here's Watkins. Oh, again, he didn't see Bentley. And a try goes begging there. Here goes Jake Connor, last one, turns it back for Miller. Miller going for the line, and he will opposite number and score. They just sped things up their Leeds, and they were starting to make things happen. And they have the first point second half. They lead 14-6.
Yeah, it started with a desperate tackle from Chan. Just managed to claw Watkins to the ground. 6 tries from Lockie Miller. He started this second half with real intent, Mark. Ran the ball at speed and caused problems. It's this tackle that generates the speed. And off the back of that, Leeds are just rolling. Jake Connor knows what he's doing here. He points back to his inside. Hits Miller. Flamboyant dive, isn't it?
It is.
Flamboyant, but it's a great start for Leeds Rhinos. They just won the grind. You know, they won the field position back slowly, and then when they get in a good position, generate ruck speed. Jake Connor spots an opportunity, and Miller with the finish. Great start for Brad Arthur, great start for the Rhinos.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, Salford are a couple of scores behind again. There's some tired-looking boys in that lineup. As Jake Connor eyes up another 2 points. And he'll be sensing that fatigue in front of him in that defensive line, and he'll be hoping to wreak havoc in this second half.
Yeah, you just have to be patient enough to put teams in a bad position and then opportunities present themselves. Look, we've just had 6 minutes gone of this second half. Leeds have been tidy for 6 minutes and it leads to points. You have to let the clock go 10, 15, 20 minutes of nothing before an opportunity presents itself. Leeds starting well. There's been a difference in intent with how they've carried the ball here so far in the second half.
Connor then, 1 from 2. Strikes the ball. And the flags go up, and it is a 10-point lead for the second time tonight. Leeds lead by 10.
Yeah, I love Jake Connor's vision. Like, he knows he's going back to the inside, and Miller's got the speed, hasn't he? Tired defenders. Chan on the inside of the line. Chan was caught up in the Watkins tackle. He just can't get anywhere near Lockie Miller for speed. Great vision from Jake Connor. Strong finish there from Lockie Miller.
2 key players in this Leeds Rhinos attacking force. Paul Rowley looks on. How will his side deal with that setback? All collected on the full. Here's Lasoni.
As I mentioned before, it's going to be really good for him to get minutes. He often plays 2 stints, 3 stints maybe. Short burst, powerful. But it'd just be great for Brad Arthur to leave him out there. Just see what happens.
Yeah, see how he gets on with it. Here now is O'Connor. O'Connor trying to punch his way through the middle. Ankle tap tackle. Had Lasoni in support, but he didn't get the pass away. Here now goes Cam Smith. Gets it away to Brodie Croft. Turns it back for Miller again. Miller sidestepping. Good tackle. Shorrock stood his ground. Needed to make the tackle and did. But Leeds are speeding things up now. But Lasoni couldn't take it in. And the ball goes to ground, but there's a penalty. Well, that's a stroke of luck for Leeds. Chris Hill asking the question as to why that has been given.
It's one thing certain. Cam Smith absolutely fires this pass.
You're nowhere near me, mate. You've got to
Sam
find
Lasoni.
me. 2.
Well, they're going to have a kick at goal here, Leeds, and this would make it a 2 converted try lead. I think there's a few murmurs around the home support here, but look, we're asking them to be patient and build pressure. Going 12 in front builds pressure, doesn't it?
Well, whoever you're playing in rugby league, you have to be respectful of your opposition, and Salford have turned up here and competed incredibly hard. And Brad Arthur maybe will have at half-time spoke about the respect for the opposition and that they're going to challenge them and play. So maybe a surprising decision for the fans, but in terms of a mentality call, maybe the 2 points is the right thing for Leeds.
Well, there's no doubt about it. When Leeds can put some zip into the play of the ball, it's a completely different contest, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice strike from Jake Connor. But yeah, whenever you add speed into a game, Mark, opportunities present themselves. We watch the NRL, but whenever there's quick rucks, that's when they play. You know, we're always looking to generate ruck speed, and Lockie Miller in this second half has just created opportunities for Leeds Rhinos by being direct and creating ruck speed. 3 or 4 quick rucks here have resulted into a try and a penalty goal. It's a great start from Leeds.
High restart gathered, and now the ball fired across, and here goes Watkins, turns and spins, finds the 20-metre line. Our Leeds about to go through the gears. Can Salford live with this little burst? McDonald drives it forward. Jack Ormonroyd back into the action for Salford. Here's Lasoni, little step. Foster, with help from Ormonroyd, make the tackle on the 40. Connor gets it away. There's a 40-20 kick here. It's a floating 40-20 kick, and the bounce just went the wrong way, and it's gathered on the near side, and now going down the blind side. Here goes the fullback. Up to the 30 he goes. Well, Jake Connor was nonchalantly, I think if he'd have put a little bit more oomph into the kick, he would have got his 40-20.
I don't think many people will be kicking soft draw 40-20s to Declan Murphy anytime soon. Really dangerous return from him, but yeah.
Oh, he's put it down. I don't think he'll thank Mellor for the pass, but he'd also realise he should have taken it in.
Yeah, he had to jump, didn't he? He had to come off the ground to take it, and at full tilt, it's difficult to do. And then when you've got Sam Lasoni breathing down your neck, it's just an added layer of complexity that was too much there for Jack Ormonroyd. It'd be a shame here for Salford if it got scrappy for them, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Paul Rowley, put for the cheeks. Knows they can't afford too many errors in that particular part of the field. We mentioned Ormonroyd being outstanding.
It's Brodie Croft here. He's hiding himself. Whichever way Croft goes, the ball's going.
Well, there he goes. He gets it first receiver. Double pump, gets it away to Hanley. Hanley inside the 30. Interesting if Leeds do get another score quickly here, what happens then, because the game will be blown open. Here now, short pass to McDonald. Inside the 30, Leeds go. They've got 4 left. O'Connor starting to get busy. O'Connor fancies a run up towards the 10-metre line. Takes 3 of them with him. And now Leeds are right on the edge here, and a set restart. Here's Croft. Gets it away to Smith, drops it back for Watkins. Watkins trying to find lazy defenders, flicks it back to Newman. Newman dummies, gets it away. Surely Croft was tackled without it, was knocked on anyway. But I think this is going to be a penalty right in front of the post here. Well, if they didn't take out Brodie Croft, he surely would have scored.
Yeah, it was an inevitability to that. Harry Newman pass finds Brodie Croft. Newman kicks back to the inside. Great push support from Croft. Without a doubt, that's a try, isn't it? Salford happy to concede the penalty. Looking to back the defence here.
Matty,
well, let's have a listen into the referee.
Matty, come here, mate. It's a try-scoring opportunity. It tackles him without the ball, and in my opinion, you stop a try-scoring opportunity, it's going to be 10 minutes. Professional foul.
Well, it's been sin-bin then. So I guess the next question is, well, is that not a penalty try?
I think you have to say, without doubt, there was an inevitability to the try being scored. I think the professional foul stopped him from the opportunity to ground the ball, but I don't think it's a certainty he would have scored. Foster may well have got there to make the tackle mark.
Yeah,
I'm fluffing, just in case you know.
Well,
every chance it could have been a penalty try, but
it's
the right
a chance
decision
now, for sure, for Leeds. 12 gone second half. Are the floodgates about to open? Miss out pass, hat-trick. Hat-trick for Alfie Edgell. And Leeds didn't have to wait too much longer, did they? The deadlock broken, the floodgates opening now, and Leeds starting to pull away.
Yeah, it's that left edge again. That's the hat-trick for Alfie Edgell. The left edge of Leeds has caused that right edge of Salford nightmares. Spoke about Dan Russell numerous times playing out of position at centre. It's a penalty, it's a yellow card. I think that's the correct decision. I don't think you can say with certainty that's going to be a try, but it's Connor, the execution on the end of that. It's so crisp. It's so crisp from Jake Connor, this. That's on the money at full tilt. Now, I spoke about Jake Connor slowing things down. The beauty of playing with tempo is he can then add pace into it, and he mixes that up so well. Jake Connor's tempo is different. It's different to any other player in our competition.
There's Riley Lum looking on, thinking, I could have scored those three.
Yeah. Morgan Gannon, Ethan Clark-Wood, Jack Sinfield.
There's some talent there,
Good
but
young players.
it's tough, isn't it, to get in this team?
Yeah.
But I tell you what, when you get in on that left wing, you're going to get some chances.
Well, exactly, yeah. It's such a tidy spot to attack from. Jake Connor feeding you the ball. Ash Handley was a constant threat inside you. Edgell benefiting 3 times here tonight. And Jake Connor at the heart of it all.
Yeah, he's having a laugh with the crowd, Jake, as well as he lines up this kick. Will he be smiling? Will the flags go up? Oh, they will. When it's your night, it's your night. And Jake Connor is playing so well at the moment, but he'll take the good fortune when it comes as well. 24 points to 6.
Yeah, we spoke about slowing things down, as I said. Well, watch Jake Connor put his foot down here. He just drives to the next defender, puts Ethan Ryan in all sorts. The right winger for Salford's left with a real big decision there. Does he jam? Is he passive? Jake Connor just cuts his thinking time down to a minimum, puts it on a plate for Edgell, who's had 3 relatively easy finishes, but he's finished them well, hasn't he?
He has, yeah, he took it. Certainly that second one, he finished nicely. Kai Morgan coming on, the former Leeds youngster. Missed the last 4 for Salford. He's back into the action here. But Leeds are getting fired up. Big collision. There's trouble there, and the referee will stop play. Well, Sam Lassoni's a wrecking ball, and he has just wreaked havoc.
Yeah, he's knocked about 7 blokes out this year when he carries the ball. He uses his shoulder and his elbow. He's knocked Tanganoa out. He's knocked James Harrison out for Warrington. He's just knocked Jack Ormonroyd out.
Well, he's up, Jack, so hopefully he's okay, but he's going to have to leave the field. I think that will be for sure.
Yeah, it raises the question. We talk about head injuries, and obviously the duty of care is with the guy who's defending. Defensive players have a duty of care. I'm just saying, Sam Lassoni's knocked 5 blokes out this year doing that. Match review, I think, need to look at the technique. There's certainly no malice in it, is there? There's no malice in it whatsoever. It's just dangerous, that's all. What a year Sam Lassoni's having, by the way. He's an incredible threat, isn't he? He carries the ball with such strength.
Yeah, he does.
He's difficult to handle.
Oh, he is. Good signing for LFC.
Fantastic signing. But it's the technique from Lassoni is he turns into contact, lifts his arm, which is heavily padded, into contact. Now he's done that 5 times this year, and there's been no action. And I'm not saying there's any venom in it. It's certainly not intended to hurt anyone, but it's dangerous, Mark.
Okay, fair enough. So there is another play for Leeds. 25 left here. Remember, Foster in the bin. Ormonroyd has gone for a head injury assessment. Well, they're hoping he is okay. And now a penalty, and it's just starting to unravel now, isn't it, for Salford?
Yeah, Salford energy levels dip. You know, when you concede penalties and errors, Lockie Miller with a quick tap. It's just chewing meters, getting those meters on his stats.
Here now goes Watkins. Lassoni was after it. Croft was brave. Pounced on the loose ball. And I guess Leeds now, as much as they do want to play, and you want to back your skill, but again, it's that word patience. We keep coming back to it. We're going to talk points difference. Could be massive at the end of the season.
Yeah, with Saints had such a leg up, didn't they, with Salford, that weakened side in round 1, and that just changes the complexity of the playoffs. So Leeds could do with a score here, but more importantly, a performance in the second half, which has been great, hasn't it? 15 minutes, they've been tidy.
They have. Here's Watkins again. Short pass, Lassoni. Lassoni now trying to punch a hole, but he's wrapped up eventually. Well, they say eventually he's going to fall over. 20 out. Here's O'Connor. O'Connor gets it back to Lassoni. Lassoni now thought about passing, then held on to it, then passed. It was not the best pass. Here's O'Connor. Turns it back to Newman. There's trouble here. Leeds on the pounce. Newman fires out a huge pass. Here's Hanley. Hanley cuts back inside. Bumps off one. Inside the 10, Hanley. Dumps it on the ground. It's play on. Newman's pass started it, and Newman will finish it. Brilliant from Leeds again. Referee just checking things here. He's going to hand. No, he's going to give the try. Newman with a huge ball over the top, and he's on the end of the return, and Leeds score again.
I think Harry Newman's at his best when he steps back into the middle of the field. He challenges middle defenders to come up with something. 8 tries for him this year in the England squad, and just showing how dangerous he can be when he comes back. As a middle defender here, when Harry Newman's coming, you're just in all sorts. You're tired. It's a great ball over the top. What about this offload from Ash Handley? It's so late, nobody can pick it, and Harry Newman follows his pass. All great instinctive rugby players often follow the pass. And Newman gets what he deserves. It's dangerous, but I love this from Handley. Instinctive centre play again, footwork, step, offload, and who gets on it? Newman. It's exciting from Leeds, isn't it? Expansive and exciting stuff.
Yeah, and it's another chance for Jake Connor to add some more points. Harry Newman with the try. Here's Jake Connor looking to add the extras. Sends a kick on its way. No lucky deflection this time. Leeds opening up now, 30 points to 6.
Harry Newman.
Yeah, a special moment for this young man.
Wow.
Presley Cassell into the action, his debut, his Super League debut. What a moment for him, John, but what a moment for everyone that's helped him to get here as well.
You know, Chev Walker, a lot of the backroom staff who've contributed. One thing you've got to love about Leeds is the pathways and the opportunities they offer young players to get into this first team. Big moment for a young guy.
Short restart, knocked forward by Salford, collected by Leeds. You've got to admire the spirit, but they really are dicing now. Salford, remember there's still a player down at the moment, Foster in the sin bin. Here now, the ball, and here he goes, the youngster. Well, what we heard about him is rough and tumble, and the first thing he does is draw a penalty.
It just reminds me, when you make your debut, you just blow up so quickly. Like the game, you're so excited, you're so nervous. You might have to manage his energy levels, but from what I've heard, I don't think that's his thing. I think he's going to go all out. Yeah,
well, that was a great touch finder as well, on the back of a good carry. Welcome to the big time. Here's Croft now. Short pass. McDonnell is through. He got 4 against Salford away, and now he's got 1 at home. And this is starting to blow out quite quickly.
Yeah, could get messy here for Salford. Presley Cassell, what a first touch from him. You'd be delighted if that's your first carry in the first team. It's James McDonnell with the try. And I absolutely love it when Leeds break it down on lead runners. When they go out the back and out the back, I'm not as excited by this, but when they dig into the line and hit lead runners, McDonnell fades, just drifts to the outside shoulder of Ollie Russell. I love that. That builds patience. You know, actually hitting Leeds, breaking it down like this, driving into the line. It's less risky than going out the back sometimes. It's a great line from McDonnell, but it's a beautiful pass from Croft. And that's well executed. McDonnell, what a season he's having in terms of try scoring. Rare form. 4 obviously against Salford earlier in the year, but yeah, he's had a great year.
He has. 7th of the season, 47th successive appearance tonight for James McDonnell.
Yeah, and his work rate and his effort and his intent that he brings to this Leeds side is so valuable.
Yeah, another one in the England mix as well. Here's Connor from the right-hand side this time. I think you could put him in the car park at the moment. He'd fancy kicking it from there as well. Another 2, 36-6. Salford were brave. They were good in the first half. But reality's starting to bite now.
It is, yeah, and it could get messy. But watch Brodie Croft really drive here. Drive to the next defender. McDonnell just shrugged Ollie Russell off with ease. It's a great line, and it's a fantastically executed play at full speed. You love to see Brodie Croft at full tilt, and McDonnell picks a fantastic line.
High restart, no fancy short kickoffs this time. Here you go, Leeds. Well, they've just rattled in 3 tries in 7 minutes. There's still 19 minutes remaining here.
2, open square. Get square, Chris. Wait. Hold.
And this now, how ruthless the Leeds want to be. Wigan Hull tomorrow, 2:55. Sky Sports Plus, followed by Catalans taking on Hull KR. Have lost their last 2. That's on Sky Sports Mix. As here come Leeds again. Here's Newman. Oh, that might have hit a Salford hand, did it?
Yeah, it was Hankinson. Just got his arms wrapped around Harry Newman's waist. Seemed to dislodge the ball. There's no challenge here from Leeds. It's Hankinson cover tackle. He just takes his arms. There's no contact on the ball. It's a big tackle from Hankinson. Just forcing the error here from Harry Newman.
Well, Salford will feel like it's an eternity since they had their hands on it. They've got their hands on it now. They've got to make Leeds do some tackling here.
We're going to face a fresh Leeds defence. First half, it was an equal share of possession, and Salford actually put Leeds in a hole at times. It's quite the opposite here, and Leeds have just shown the class, haven't they?
They have. Salford hoping to get some points of their own. Here's Hill. They'll never chuck the towel in. Over 500 career games for Chris Hill. Ball now here to Shorrocks. Shorrocks short, oh, knocked on. Glover went without it. More frustration. And when you're starved of the ball, you sometimes try and do a little bit too much with it.
But it's a vicious cycle. When you're starved of the ball, usually means your energy levels drop. It means your skill and your attention drops. And that cycle's really hard to break. It takes real discipline and real concentration to get out of it.
It does.
And that's what Leeds have actually done well. They've got into that process so much better in this second half. But yeah, Salford.
Look at that.
It's no easier, does it? Doesn't get easier for them.
There's no easy ones in there. Hull KR, Hull FC. Wakefield, Lee and Warrington all to come. There's Danny Maguire, formerly of this parish, formerly of Castleford as well. Watching on, taking in some rugby league. Where next for him, we wonder.
Well, he'll be an asset wherever he goes. Tough start to his coaching career, but
it's always going to be a tough gig, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Here come Leeds again, looking to work their way forward with Bentley. He's worked hard, hasn't he, Bentley? Done the scruffy stuff well.
Yeah, industrious. He just competes. You know, you need players in your side who just compete for everything. It's what James Bentley's in the team for.
Here is Cassell again, almost got through.
Well, 3 great touches. His first 3 touches have been top.
Set restart. Is a penalty attracting machine. Good run from Jenkins as well. Glover gets in front but got bowled over. Here now is Ackers. Finds Brodie Croft. Here's Jake Connor. Connor trying to bounce away from one. Just couldn't get the arm free. 15 minutes remain. Are Leeds going to pile on the points, or are they going to keep it simple? They're a team that can get on a roll quite quickly, as they've shown a couple of times here. Croft finds Miller. Ball over the top. Chance for Hall. Hall pinning his ears back. Great tackle. Offloads it. It's a forward pass. Was that forward to Ryan Hall?
Was it Lockie Miller's forward? I thought Ryan Hall's was forward on the inside to Newman. But Lockie Miller just fires one long, doesn't he? Spoke about what a threat Lockie Miller is when he runs the ball. Well, if he can nail this skill, oh, it's close.
I think on that evidence it did just go forward, didn't it?
Ryan Hall's was definitely forward. Either way.
Yeah, they got there in the end.
Either way.
Salford would just be happy, won't they? They just don't want to. They don't want to get rolled, and the effort they showed in the first half, you would hope they don't end up on the end of a big scoreline, but the league doesn't work like that, does it?
It's all against Salford, isn't it? You know, personnel gone through nearly 60 players this year, trained once this week, short turnaround, coming to Headingley. Leeds, who've been in sparkling form all year, bit of a blip last week, but it's all stacked against Salford, so this is the kind of scoreline we were expecting pre-game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But Salford's first half just gave us so much hope.
Yeah, it did. Not quite being able to match up there, and there's no disgrace in that. They'll keep putting it in. Those that have travelled in the red and black of Salford will appreciate the effort of their team again. Here's Shorrocks. He's wrapped up.
Find me. 6 again.
Set restart. Here goes Glover over halfway.
Move now.
So a chance for Salford to put some attacking plays on here. Here's Chan. Wrapped up.
Cooper straight out. Well, there, wait. Go to.
Ball works its way into the hands of Russell. Short pass taken in there on the crash.
Moving square.
Whitehead.
Wait.
What's happening over at the no, not the John Smith, it's the Acu Stadium now, isn't it? Huddersfield 10, Wakefield 42. Daryl Powell's side piling on the points as they look to get into the top 6. They've got a favourable run in as well, haven't they?
Yeah, average league position of 8th of the teams that they play.
So there's one here for Salford.
Wait here, hold. Hold. Go 5. Nothing late.
Ball now in the hands of Russell. Stands up the kick. It's a deep kick. Hall backpedaling, catches it. Oh, he's off. Now then, Ryan Hall off to the races. They're after it. Look at this. The fullback's coming to get him. Ryan Hall needs to find a pass. Finds Croft. He puts it down. Another try. Opportunity goes begging. And the referee will pull it back for the knock-on. Well, Ryan Hall in years gone by would not have taken another look.
No.
But at 37, it's a bit further than it used to be.
Yeah. But he's not in the side for his pace anymore. He's in the side to great defensive reads and how strong he carries the ball. That's the only bit I think Leeds can learn from. He's just banked that. Ryan Hall play the ball there. You've made a 60-yard gain. Just get down, play the ball. But the game's wide open, isn't it? You can forgive Leeds here for just taking risks. And it's Declan Murphy who's had a great game, hasn't he? He just comes flying across, comes into the picture. Croft just can't pick it up. Salford really, for the first time in the second half, they've had back-to-back sets of 6.
One, move, Jake, get square.
What can they do from here, Salford?
Surrender.
Well, that Hall burst has created a bit of a buzz around AMT Headingley. Here now comes Salford with Russell. Here's Hankinson, gets it away. Connell cuts in. He's quietly having a good year as well. Another one we didn't know too much about start of the year, but he's turning into a very reliable little player.
Yeah, good agility, great footwork, and can just, what a shot from Bentley.
I think it's high.
Is it?
I think it's high. Referee's going to have a look at this.
It looked like he timed it perfectly, didn't it? But the question is where the contact was made, Mark.
And what I will say here about Morgan, he has got straight up, hasn't he? He's had a look at the ref and he's got straight up.
We've got to challenge this. We've got to challenge it.
Let's have a listen.
Marcus, we have a captain's challenge. Leeds are challenging the ruling of a high tackle. I've ruled that he's made contact with the back of his head. / neck.
So we have a captain's challenge. Leeds are challenging the decision of a high tackle. So the initial contact is around the back. However, there is some contact ahead of the head on the way back down to the ground. I have a decision.
Well, they challenged it. John Wilkin, your thoughts on that one?
It's a joke. It's not a high tackle. It's just not a high tackle. It's just not a high tackle.
So they lose their challenge.
It's just great contact from Bentley. Kai Morgan just slips to the floor and there's a brush across the back of his head, but it's not a high tackle.
Well, great to see Ulmonroyd back out there after that HIA. Here's Shorrock, short past Chan.
Move now, James.
Here now, Mellor gets it to Shorrock. Here's Briley, rolls a kick in behind, but a favourable bounce for Leeds, and they gather it on their own line. Edgell, who's been on the end of some good attacking play. In fact, it's Hanley who's underneath it. Here's Watkins. Feels like the flow of Leeds points has dried up, doesn't it, with 10 minutes remaining?
Yeah, they've just a few errors, and Salford have just had a bit of possession, and it's just how we saw the first half, wasn't it? Salford had possession. They looked a little bit threatening, didn't they? But real credit to Leeds. They've really come out and been a different beast here in the second half.
They have. Here's a short pass. Here's Palacia. Good run. Good relieving run. Still going up towards the 30 and beyond. Some great post-contact meters there. Kai Morgan has gone off for a HIA, by the way, after that Bentley challenge. Here's the ball out wide to Watkins, operating out wide. Well, Leeds are another team that haven't quite mastered yet the captain's challenge scenario. Here's Jake Connor. Time sends it high. A tester for the fullback. Never looked like dropping it.
Oh, he's had a great game.
Well, he's been thrown into the frying pan, that is for sure.
There's so many players in the Salford team this year who've stood up, isn't there? You know, they've just given opportunities, probably playing ahead of when they should be. And they've really produced some results. And I love watching young players come into teams and do their thing. Very similar to Presley Cassell, who's got his opportunity here. Had a really tidy start to his debut performance for Leeds.
Oh, ball to Ormonroyd, went through his fingers, picked up by the fullback. Last one. Salford will play it on halfway. Well, it's a result that's going to send Leeds fourth. We know that. Trouble here. Ooh, two players going for the same ball. Edgelu's now operating at the back. He'll take it forward and up towards the 20.
You think Leeds can make it to the grand final?
I think they're in the mix.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, Lee have sent messages, haven't they?
They have.
They're a top 4 team, aren't they?
If they can replicate what they've done in the last 3 weeks in the playoffs, they'll win the grand final.
Yeah.
But can they do that? That's the question.
This year's been so fascinating in that regard. You know, Leeds have really come back to prominence. Leeds surged to the top of the table. Hull KR slightly faltering at the minute. It's all great drama.
Here's another 40-20. Has put a bit more zip on this one. That is world class. He threatened one in the first half, and this time he launches one downfield, and that is an outstanding kick.
Yeah, it's all about Jake Connor's vision. He spots things other players simply don't spot at times. Frustration maybe the early part of his career was his ability to just consistently do that, you know. Well, he got shut out by St Helens last week from some inside pressure, and he's certainly not been shut out here tonight.
No. Here now, here's again, ball short and they're through. Cooper Jenkins, big moment for him. The big man over. Cooper Jenkins in his first Leeds Rhinos try. He'll enjoy that one. The big man piles in for 4, and it's 40 points to 6.
Yeah, as I said for the McDonald try, I love it when Leeds break it down on Leeds, when they hit strong, big athletes running lines. I think it makes you feel relaxed, more patient. It came from the 40-20 from Connor. He just spotted Connell's just slightly out of position, but it's pinpoint accurate. And then once Leeds get in this position, it's all about the ball to Jenkins out the back. Actually using Jenkins out the back is really smart. Him and Connell changing roles, switching roles. McDonald, and it's just a smart play from Jake Connor. It's been patient from Leeds, it's been powerful, and it's been productive, hasn't it?
It has. Yeah, there have been a few missed opportunities, but by and large, this second half was what we expected. And here's Jake Connor looking to keep his little run going. He missed his opening kick, he's not missed since. And another one straight through the middle. He's becoming pretty reliable, isn't he? 42 points to 6 now.
How important is that facet of our game as well? And Jake Connor is striking those 2 points absolutely perfectly. Watch McDonald line for Jenkins out the back. It's a subtle variation on a play we see all the time, using the big man out the back instead of running the line. Smart, especially near to the line. It's so hard to stop an athlete like Cooper Jenkins. Jake Connor just the architect of all of the points here pretty much for Leeds.
Well, he's batted this back, Connor, and it is picked up by a blue shirt, so Leeds will get it back. 4 left. Leeds looking to end on a high. I mentioned 6 of their last 8 on the road. But they're in the mix, and that is all they can ask. I guess the next big thing, you mentioned it right at the top of the show, John, Brad Arthur. What is happening with him?
Yeah, Ian Blease said on the Bench podcast that July was the deadline. We'd find out before we hit August. It's creeping.
It's August pretty soon.
It's creeping on them.
It is.
I think they feel confident he's staying. Just never known a situation quite like it.
Oh, here goes Lasoni. Can't get the pass away. Last one for Leeds. Here is a bit of a juggle there. Yeah, knock on.
Yeah, it's either a knock on or didn't get back to his feet to play it.
Play the ball.
Rush thinking he was trying to milk a penalty there, which he was, and well called out by Liam Rush.
Yeah.
Game's been well refereed, isn't it, by Liam
Yeah,
Rush?
he's had a good game. Again, we said one of the bright young talents in the game. It's good to see him making his way.
There's a lot said about Brad Arthur, and I've mentioned this man's name a few times here tonight. It's Jamie Langley, his assistant, has done so much for this defensive unit. The man on the right of Brad Arthur there with the cap on, he's done an exceptional job at physical preparation and mental preparation of this defensive unit.
Here they go now. Chip over the top. Ryan streaking clear. Ryan gets it. And he's tackled about 5 away. Bit of invention from the Red Devils. And they got a consolation in them. Russell rolls the kick in. Some tired bodies after it. Brodie Croft trying to get back in the field of play, Will.
Does well. Just used the post to his benefit, didn't he? Hit behind the post, popped out.
Good shot goes in there. They haven't had much opportunity, have they, Salford, to crank up on the Leeds line in this second half. And that was an error.
It's a mistake.
Bentley's not happy. Well, there's no challenge left, so they can't challenge it.
Yeah, he's felt like he's been hard done to here. Penalty against him for a high tackle. He's certain he hasn't lost that ball. Tricky character though, James Bentley.
His arm did come off it there, I think, didn't it? Scrum play for Salford. I don't think anyone here would begrudge them another score.
I think Leeds might object ever so slightly, but
they do.
Let's go, Ryan. Let's go, Ryan.
They're planning something here. It's a decoy. It goes to Briley. Rolls in the kicks too deep. It's too deep. Saw the idea, but the execution wasn't on.
It's good pressure again from the base of the scrum. Jake Connor spoke about those effort areas that Brad Arthur really values. Just put some pressure on Briley. Paul Rowley knows it's a tough running now, isn't it? Tough running for Salford. It's been a tough year all round.
Yeah.
Carried themselves with dignity, haven't they? And in this, the cloud that was hanging over them this week, talk of the game not going on. So that first half performance is even more remarkable, isn't it? But they've just run out of gas.
Yeah, they have. They have. Look, there's a small band of Salford fans here, and I think they'll applaud their team off because they've had a go. And as a fan, that is all you ever want, your team to give it everything they've got. If it's not good enough, it's not good enough. You can accept that. Well, they have got stuck in. They have had a go. For 40 minutes, they were right in the contest. And who knows, that try that gets chalked off goes the other way. There they are, young and old, hoping that their club will be okay in the wash-up. Sony leaves defenders on the ground. A consolation maybe here. Chip over the top, gathered by Ryan. He'll slide towards the line, offloads it. They'll keep it alive, and now a penalty for Salford. Last act here. It's been an entertaining game, that is for sure. Leeds have scored some nice tries. Salford made some nice breaks first half, but
I think he's unlucky there, Ash Handley.
Well, did Ryan's foot not hit the line then?
Yeah, but he's also unlucky. I think it's a penalty for dragging him into touch. Well, Ethan Ryan's not held. Ash Handley has every right.
Oh well. We move on. Last tackle. They're just going to walk it in, and that will do. Leeds will go fourth in the Super League table tonight. with the knowledge that they have beaten the 3 teams above them in the Super League table this year. They are right in the mix on the back of good work again from Jake Connor. But Brad Arthur's side, look, he wasn't pretty first half. I think he'd be certainly happy with the second half, but it's another win, it's another learned lesson.
Yeah.
And Leeds move on well and truly in the hunt for a return to Old Trafford.
Yeah, I think it was nearly impossible for Leeds to match the physical intensity of the game against St Helens last week. Thought that was a different level to the game that we saw here tonight. But credit to Leeds to go in half-time in such a close game, only 10-6 up, and then to come out and just show such a marked improvement in your intensity. It's credit to this Leeds team.